Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Joey Sewy and I'm Jo. Today we have a video all about industrial sewing machines. So this is part 3 of a series I'm doing based on a charity called Clothing Solutions, and if you're inspired by the charity, I would love it if you would go to my Just Giving page and make a small or a large donation to support them, because they do incredibly important work to change people's lives through the power of sewing. So what's not to love about that? There have been 2 parts to this video already. In the first part I told you and showed you kind of generally about exactly what they do and how they do it, and we had a discussion with Sandra, who's one of the lead people in the charity, and she showed us some of the garments and the sort of things that they do. In the second part, which went live yesterday, we looked at cutting out and talking about pattern drafting and how they adapt patterns to different people's needs. And today, as I've said, we're going to look at industrial machinery and the sort of things that they use to give a really professional finish. So if you like sewing geeky gadgets and having a look at machinery, you're in the right place today. The first one we're going to have a look at is a sewing machine, but an industrial sewing machine. It's a brother. And then we're going to move on and have a look at an overlocker, which is so fast and so quiet. I was very jealous. We're also going to have a look at an industrial ironing board. Didn't even know that was a thing, but it's an ironing board that has suction on it. Really interesting. And also for Felix fans, you are going to get a dose of Felix in this video right at the end, because he had a go while I was terrified. He had a go at the press stud machine. So it's an industrial press stud setter. No fingers, thank God, were harmed in the making of this video. I did think they were going to be, but we were okay. Also, before we get into it, I have long hair in these clips because I filmed this a very long time ago. Yeah, I won't get any job as a continuity arranger, will I? Let's have a look at the video. So what's this machine?
This is an industrial machine, and it does straight stitch, but it also does a few pattern stitch. So if you're wanting to do a zigzag stitch, it's very good for doing a variety of zigzags, so that you can have a nice finish edge on a garment. Like if you're doing t-shirts or vests, then it's nice to have a zigzag edge on those.
Yeah.
And for most of our customers who will pull up the garment, it works really well to strengthen the neckline or the seams if we do a zigzag stitch as well as a straight stitch on that side.
Okay, so when you make stuff, you're expecting people to put it through a lot more stress than an average garment.
Yes.
Because a lot of customers kind of fiddle and pull and fuss, or...
Yeah, but also they do that. They do tend to pull up their garments as well. They're trying to undress or to get the garments off. But also when the carers or parents are dressing them, obviously because of the restricted movements, there's a lot of pull just to get the garments on properly, so it sits neat and straight on the body.
So people aren't as flexible, can't move their arms and legs as much. Yeah,
so most of the seams are reinforced as well. They're triple stitch, but they're also taped as well in certain areas, just to prevent them from ripping.
Right.
I'm just doing the back seam on top part of a suit.
Okay.
I usually make day suits, so it's an all-in-one suit.
Right.
And sometimes the tops are different to the bottom, so you can have a lighter coloured top or a t-shirt, and then on the bottom it would be a denim.
Okay.
So although it's all in one, it still looks like a...
It looks less like a onesie.
Yes, it does.
But it functions a bit like a onesie. Yeah. But it looks like day clothes.
Yeah, show you an example of how this machine works in production of those suits, and obviously we can show you a finished garment later.
That would be great.
I'm just changing the pattern because I'm on zigzag stitch, so I just need to change to a straight stitch. Right. So obviously you can do your speed. That's for your back tacks or changing stitch length. And so you can, whatever you're doing, you can go slow or you can really go fast.
You really can go fast.
So it does really save us a lot of time.
Yeah.
With the speed, of that.
Yeah.
So if I was, I'll just show you if I was stitching around an armhole, what I'll do to zigzag that. I'll just change again to a zigzag stitch. I want to see till I've actually finished it, you can actually see that.
Yeah. So now it's doing a zigzag stitch
It's
around the
having a
curve.
zigzag stitch, yeah.
I can see it.
You can see that, right? That's great. So I'll
Step
turn
back
that
a little
over. You can see that. You can see a zigzag stitch.
Yep, I can.
But then you can also do, I'll just do this one and turn it this way so that you can probably see a different stitch. It's a zigzag, but it breaks up, but it does.
Oh, is it like a 3-step zigzag?
Yes.
So it's doing a running stitch, but a zigzag shape. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's it does a few stitches in between, so it does break it up. Because it's blue, actually, it looks completely. You can't really see it.
Oh yeah. It's focused. Yeah, there it's focused.
Great. Just do it on the edge of this one, so you can, and the white, so you can actually, so it shows up for you.
Yeah.
It's quite a nice, smooth stitch.
I am very jealous about how smooth that is. Oh yeah, you can see the difference.
Don't be fooled.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled. You're not friends with this machine, are you? Oh, come on, focus. There it is. Yeah. And so the what do you call that running stitch? Zigzag stitch?
They're both. It's just a different. Yeah, it's because you've got your standard zigzag stitch.
Yeah.
But the other stitch that does small stitches in between while creating a zigzag.
Yeah.
So you've got like 3 stitches.
Yeah.
And then it goes into a zigzag, 3 stitches, zigzag, 3 stitches.
Yeah.
So it's literally it's stronger and it reinforces them, whichever seams you want to reinforce, usually armholes or neck, much better. Well, it gives you a nice like a shell finish to it.
Yeah.
So on ladies' vest, if you're in underwear, we tend to do that on the neck of them. Which
So it does look
yeah,
nicer and
rather than
it's
just
stronger.
plain stitch, give it some details.
So what kind of machine is this one? Is this one of your new ones?
This is a brand new one, and these are about £1,300.
And it's an overlocker.
It's an overlocker. And we've always used second-hand ones, but we've now started to use new ones because it does save a lot the cost of repairing.
Okay.
Because what we do is bespoke, so it's not the same as the factory use when they're running through thousands of garments.
Yeah.
So this should last us a very long time, probably 25 years more. You know,
20,
so-
wow. Yeah.
And we do try to look after them. Yeah. So once we've stitched our seams, we need to neaten the seams. And on domestic machines, if you're sewing at home, you usually choose a zigzag stitch to do that.
Yeah.
On these machines, they're very fast, but it trims,
Yeah. So they've
And-
got a knife.
neaten the edge at the same time. So there's
Yeah.
a very nice stitch to hold the seams. So,
Yeah.
so I'll start off quite slow. So it's just that you've got to get the feel of them because they are very fast.
Yeah, we're going to see just how crazy fast they can go.
That one's faster actually, so you could video Janice doing that.
It's just the lack of vibration that I'm so amazed at.
And they're very quiet now. The
Yeah.
new ones are very quiet.
Yeah, there's
I mean, my overlocker's super loud, isn't it, Felix? Yeah.
Domestic ones are still quite noisy though.
Yeah,
Domestic
and it
overlock.
jumps around like a bunny on a table.
They sound quite clangy, you know, like compared to the.
So that's, I guess it's partly quiet because it's made to be quieter, but it's set in a table.
Yes.
That helps a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
So I'll just do a few more seams for you on that.
Felix, can you go backwards a little bit? I know. Shall I film you?
Yes.
I'm overlocking in here.
So what are you making, Janice?
I'm making some vest pants for. How old is he? Sandra?
Oh, sorry.
How old is he for these vest pants? Because they're big.
Teenager.
Right, for a teenager.
So it's like a baby's bodysuit.
Yeah, it is.
That's
It's
what you would
exactly the same,
recognise
yeah.
it, but it's for a teenager.
You can do the whole thing on an overlocker. You can do
Right.
the whole thing, except when you come to putting the elastic in the legs
Right.
and turning and the necking and that. But otherwise, you can do the whole thing on overlocker. So
Yeah.
just doing the seams at the moment.
So that one goes even faster.
Well, that's because I generally go
Because
fast.
you go faster. So the speed is still controlled like a domestic machine with how hard you press your foot.
And you can put
Does it have a
It
speed
is, but
control?
it has got a when they set them up initially, you can have it on really slow. I think they can do something to adjust it.
So it's got a little computer
So
unit
it's got
down
something
there.
somewhere that adjusts the speed.
Okay.
But,
So you said put it on turbo,
well,
please.
I probably wasn't here the day that was. I don't know. But, yeah, I just. Well, you can go fast. You go fast, don't you? You know, get it done quicker, don't you?
Right.
I don't put any pins in or anything. Just straight on overlocking. But of course, the overlocker does a seam and it overlocks at the same time. So,
Yeah.
so that's the side seams, and then what I do then is I overlock all the legs, and I have to put like a little bit of lining in because we're putting poppers in the bottom, so that just
So that's to make it more
straightens
robust.
it, yeah.
Right, yeah. Oh, it's come out of focus.
Want it up cold. Wow.
Not bad. I've seen one like that before, to be pretty honest.
What kind of interfacing is it? Or is it just
Well, this is
extra
woven.
cotton?
This is woven because it's better for when you're poppering. But the
Right.
trouble is, we don't iron it on because it doesn't stay on.
Right, so you have to
So
sew
I
it in
just sew it
basically.
straight on.
Yeah. Does it not stay on because of how much washing the garments get? Or
No,
it's just
it's
the glue's
brand
not
new
good enough.
interfacing. It's just that some just don't stick.
yeah.
They might look as if they're going to stick, but then they'll just whip it straight off. And that's really not much good.
I always find with interfacing that actually it works a lot better when it's caught with stitching anyway,
Oh, right.
regardless of what the pattern says.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I can let Janice whiz round that while you're filming over, like, just to show the speed of that one, because she can do this really fast. and all
Yeah,
that,
go on then. Show us some
Do you want to
turbo
do this?
speed.
So which one? Sorry.
Let's just go around, because
Oh, on here. On here.
So if you just,
Oh, I'll just do this leg.
Yeah.
Sorry.
because then you can just go, keep going, and it shows the speed of the machine.
You're going around the leg holes there, aren't you?
Yeah.
And I'm distracting you.
This is the gusset. Gusset. That's a good word.
Yeah, if you get this right while I'm distracting you, you get a special medal.
I've made many a pair of vest pants. Right, so give me that piece of whatever it is
I was
there.
going to say, is a vest suit something that you make loads of?
Yeah, we do.
presumably?
Yeah, we
Yes.
do. Yeah. I'm just going all the way around the bottom.
Yeah,
now.
just, whiz round it.
So it has a pedal to lift your foot up.
Hang on, show me the foot thing again. Right, and that's lifting the foot.
That's lifting the foot.
Okay, and then the one next to it, the
The
bigger
one next
pedal.
to it is but a lot of the time I get ahead of myself and forget that one, and then it all starts and it whizzes off. So,
Look at that.
My dress though.
I'm getting tangled up. If it was a straight seam, we could do it a lot faster.
Yeah. Felix, can you come away?
It's just something you get used to.
Oh yeah, it's got a little thing that catches the thread down there and then takes it into a
yeah,
thing.
if it's there.
How cunning is that?
There you go.
There you go. I've lived a sheltered life. I've never seen that before.
No? No. Those are great. I've got an industrial overlock in I've got a sewing shed, and I've got one in my shed in the garden.
Very nice. You live in the dream. You are.
I know, lots of people are very jealous of my shed.
I bet.
Purpose built it was. It's called a she shed in our house.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Very nice.
That's the
Thank you.
overlocking. Yeah, this is
thank
a
you.
nice one. I mean, I'd like one of these at home really, but I bought second hand.
And Sandra said that was about £1,300, did she?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, you can buy sewing machines for more than that.
You can.
So
Domestic ones as well.
domestic ones, yeah.
And that's just amazing. Because the thing with an overlocker is they only do one thing, unless you get
Yeah, they
special
do.
feet.
If you're doing a lot of cotton jersey and anything stretch fabric, they're a godsend. I
Yeah.
mean, they're a must really.
Yeah. So it's an industrial iron.
It's an industrial iron. If Are you started?
Yep,
All right.
started.
This is an industrial iron with an ironing board with a suction, so it's a kneaded board, but it does cool once you suck it. So it just presses much nicer, and you can crease with it, and it's permanent creasing as well.
It is
So it has a
very
boiler
hot.
as well attached to it. Yeah. So after I've overlocked my seams usually just press them, and it's
You've
great.
got
You
to
can see the steam that comes out. It's quite a lot of steam.
Yes, a lot of things.
And then obviously I can cool it, and then it puts once your fingers and it gets cool.
There you go.
Now I want to press my seam to one side because I'm going to top stitch it later
Right.
again. So you can just can see the seam as it is, and you can see the difference
Let
once
me
I've
zoom
pressed
in.
it.
Yeah, go on. Oh, hang on. Not
So-
focused. Focus, please. There, fine.
So if you just look, I'm pressing this now without steam. But once I start to use more steam and the suction, it flattens the seam even more.
Yeah, it's like
There you go.
unbelievably flat.
Beautiful.
That's such a good finish.
Yeah. Really, really professional
And
finish.
then
And it makes a big difference when you have a professional finish
And then
to a garment.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, cool.
I think a second-hand boiler is like £800.
Wow.
So I think for new ones, you're looking at close to £2,000.
And you said this is, what, 30 years old? 25 years old?
It's probably over 30 years old as
Yeah.
the boiler, yeah.
Amazing.
So it's,
It lasts, but...
yeah, it is going, so we do need to get a new one.
Right.
These are the ones you put in first, and they always go at the bottom. Those always go at the bottom, right? Remember that?
Is that the male part or the female
This is
part?
oh, I don't know.
Well, you can imagine
Don't
which
know
they
what to
call the
say.
male and which they call the female.
It's got spiky bits on. Anyway.
So which bit is this, the bottom part?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spiky up bit. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the bottom part bit. Where's my
Right.
hand?
So you see these? They have to go in a certain way because can you notice that that side is different to that side? You probably don't. So when you put it in, oh, it's funny doing it standing up. I can't think how to do it. How weird.
I'll get a lot closer to you, Felix.
I'm not even sure this is right. Yeah, it must be. So you push that up in there so you can't come out. So I've done that for you. You won't be able to get that out.
Yeah.
No, you can't put another one in. You can do it by. I'll see if you remember what I've said when you can do it. So all you have to do now is pull that lever down. Not pull that lever down. Push that pedal.
And make sure your
machine at
finger's
home.
nowhere near it.
That's it. You don't have to put much pressure on it at all for it to work.
How does that look?
So then get another one of the spiky ones.
Manually.
Oh, that's it. You remember to put it in there. I'm not gonna. Oh, I don't know. That's you doing that. That wasn't
Put
me.
your foot on there. You do not put your foot on
So
it.
that one's got a bit of an end on it now. You see. So that. Hang on. Let's have a look. Yep. No. Turn it round the other way.
That one.
Yeah. Push it out like that.
Ah,
Hang on a minute. That's.
That far
I can't do
down.
it standing up. It's weird. Oh God! I can't pick them up.
Look at your used to set
They're all going all over the place.
throw in.
That's it. That's it.
Nope.
No.
I want to.
There it goes, done it. So now, no, we're going to do this up. Oh no, let's do another one.
On the floor.
It fell
Push it right
down.
up like that. So we're going to do it where that one lands on it. So we'll do it about there. You make sure that bit is facing up because that's got to fix onto there. So just put the lever, your pedal down.
What's your foot doing it? There
So you don't have to put much pressure on. It's a very good machine. There you go, and there's your little. Push those together if you can.
Show us it popperizing, Felix. New word, popperizing.
Popperizing, yes, that's a good word.
Wait, just setting it up.
They're very tough to do. Some of them are really stiff.
Did you say they take a few goes of poppering and unpoppering and then they loosen a bit?
Yeah,
Once you've done it once, it's fine after that. It's just have you managed it? Has it gone bloop? Like that?
No. It doesn't want to.
Let's have a look.
It's not
I can't do them either. I used to ask the girl we had here before. I used to ask her to hammer them in because I couldn't. There you go. Did you hear that noise?
Yeah.
Try pulling it apart then. Dung.
Right, that's it.
There's a different one
Now
here.
see if you can remember to do it on you can remember how to do it this time. See if you can remember how to do it now. Put your chair a bit nearer. Which bit goes in there? Ah, good memory. Right. So then it's the flat one.
Thank you.
Is that the flat one? You got it around the right way? Right, push it up into the die. Oh, your thingy's come out the bottom. Just push that in.
Thingy.
Ujima flip.
This is technical.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, can't spell it, but. Okay, so right, and then put your. Doesn't really matter which way around.
I choose here.
All right, then go on, then go for it.
No.
How do you think? No, a bit more than that. Eee. That's it. And now pull it down. There you go.
Show us, Felix.
What a job.
Cool.
To be our chief popper man.
Yeah, let's not do school. Why would we want to do that?
Yeah, who needs school?
Yeah. You've got small fingers, you found your task.
Yeah.
That's it. So I hope you enjoyed all those geeky little facts and seeing all the different machines in action. I found it really fascinating to have a look at exactly what's available in the industrial level of machinery, which is something that I can only dream of at the moment. But yeah, it was really fascinating to have a look at them in real life for me, and hopefully you enjoyed seeing it on video. Tomorrow is the last video in this series, and tomorrow is going to be a shorter video but all about the computer software and the sort of computer gadgetry that they use to smooth out the process, and they use it in the pattern drafting and pattern printing process. So I will see you again tomorrow for part 4. Don't forget, if you've been inspired, I would love it if you would go to my Just Giving page so we can all support this incredible charity doing their amazing work to change people's lives.